Right, here we go again. I've got quite a severe clutch judder. Well, I think it's a clutch judder. I've tried to eliminate everything else, so engine out, which is a pain. So I'm going to jack the rear end up, disconnect the prop shaft. Might leave the rear end up in the air, that might give me a bit more angle. And then start stripping stuff out. Used to be an engine there. No, it's here. Don't know if you saw, if I put any info on this, but I had severe clutch judder. Well, I think it's clutch judder. So something's not right. So we'll get that apart, see if we can find anything. I mean, I'll be mighty fed up if it all looks to be okay. But it came out easy once everything was disconnected. It was 5 minutes really. So let's have a look inside. Can't see anything missing. All the springs look to be there. Let's dig a bit deeper. Maybe that face is just too pitted. Clean that flywheel up. So this is where I am today, and I think what the plan is, we're going to take a little skim off here. That's probably a bit too smooth. And then this, apparently, what have we got? Asbestos one side and non-asbestos the other?
Yeah, that looks asbestos. That one I'm not sure, but yeah.
But they're different, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You can see the grooves.
Yeah, all right, yeah. And that groove's worn away, hasn't it, there?
Yeah.
So that needs doing, doesn't it? Any idea where I can get a bearing from? Who's good for bearings?
There's a company just around the corner.
Yeah.
Bearing Man. You could try them. They'll be
Okay.
as good as anywhere.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna
literally,
try.
come out of here to the estate, turn left.
Right, still doing stuff with the clutch. This is the release bearing. And it says in the book that these don't need lubricating, but this is very old. And if I shake that, you can hear that rattle. And there's some dispute on whether you should grease these or not. Differences of opinion. I'll have ultrasonic this in a hot ultrasonic for about half an hour, and I'm going to grease it. And I shall grease it by putting some grease in a tin can, warming it up in a pan of hot water, and let it soak in. That's the plan for that. Now, next thing is got to make one of these. And this is to adjust the 3 fingers on the clutch. And to be honest, in my ignorance, I didn't know about this. I thought you just bolt a clutch on like you do these days, but no, these you have to check the height of the fingers. So I've got to make that. And also I found this. This is the pressure plate in the cover. And the place that was going to machine it, I told them not to machine it because it's concave by 0.2 of a millimeter, and they're not able to do that. So I'm just going to have to live with that, and I'll try and clean it up the best I can. So to make this, I'm going to use this. This is a piece of polycarbonate. What is it? Copolyester sheet. Copolyester sheet? Anyway, just something I'd line around, and this is 4mm, 5mm. Let's just measure that. Right, it's 6mm. Bit heavy. In the book it says use 2 or 3mm steel. I don't think that the thickness will affect that. This is all a bit bonkers. I mean, this measurement here, it's not critical, this distance here, but they made it 214. Why not 220? And this one here, it's 78. Again, that's not critical. These radiuses aren't overly critical either. Anyway, they said the only one they say is critical is this one here. So from the baseline to here, and that's 42.2 millimeters. Well, that ain't going to happen, is it? But we'll get as close as we can. So I've cut a blank over size. This is a factory cut there. I'm just going to try and get that smooth. And really, it's only got to be smooth at the ends, but I need to measure from the centre. That's good enough. Centre line. Now, of course, it depends how accurate these are, really, doesn't it? And of course, I've lost a little screw, which everybody has. 42. on. 42.2. So from the good edge, you probably can't see that, but I can. Let's see if I can rub that in. There is a line there. So I'll mark out the rest of it now. So 91 from the middle. Again, not super desperate. Measurement there. Just as well, because I got that a bit wrong. Try it there. And 91 there. Now, 42, 52, 56. So 56 from the bottom. Join the dots. Put some stronger glasses on there, I think. Again, not super critical there, I don't think. And then 11 either side. Let's try and get that line a bit stronger. What does that measure? Look at that, 42.2 or thereabouts. So I'm going to drill out these radiuses and then join the dots up with a saw. Now I've actually got a 14mm spade bit. I'll just drill off in a scrap, see what it does. Oh, it doesn't like it. Let's try something else. And let's try one of these. That'll work. So okay, try and cut those out now. I can make a cut down there as well. Right, clean that up now before I cut this last important dimension. Right, cut off. Let's measure it and see what it says. I need a flat surface. Right, here goes. This is about as flat as it gets. This Formica top. .42.73. Let's try that again. 42.36. I prefer that measurement. Try it at this end. 42.5. Good enough for me. And there we are in years to come. When I'm dead and gone. Simca clutch tool, I know what it is. Right, slight change. Put a squirt of grease in there, and then put that on top of the stove. See if that'll melt it. I give up with this. I had it on top of the fire for about 3 hours, and it did soften, and it did sink to the bottom, but there was no way running. I've had it boiling here for half an hour. It's having no impact, so but it does what it says on the tin. Think of something else. Well, that's working straight on the hot plate. That's only been on a couple of minutes. It's a bit hot. I'm going to turn that down a bit. I don't really want it to smoke. And maybe I'll give it a stir. Right, time to get this back together. So, clutch relined, my old one. I think it looks alright. Old pressure plate. And it is marked. That's very smooth. I'm gonna abrade that. And then I've made a tool to check these, which I didn't know you had to do. So thank you to the guys on the forum who pointed out that. We have to check that they're all the same height. So I've hit that with some 180. It's taken all the glaze off and the surface rust. So I think that'll do me. I've done the same to the flywheel as well. Well, time to read the book, I think, because here's the tool that I made. So I guess that goes there. And on that one, we got quite a lot of rock. This one here, it goes the opposite way. And this one here, we got quite a lot of rock. I wonder if that is probably a bit wide there to go in that slot. I think I'm going to cut that down a bit there, because they say make it out of 2 or 3 mil steel, and this is 6 mil. So I'm going to make that more to a point. Well, looking at the book, I think there's 3 different clutches, and I think I've got the later one from 1955, but it should have these. There's a spring here on top of the adjusting bolt, which should be on top of here, and I haven't got them. So I'm thinking this is maybe an aftermarket later clutch, but I have got a spring here which goes underneath. I can't actually see what that does, so I'm going to go with that style there. We've got some numbers on, 122 355002. And just going back to this face here, I was going to have this skimmed, but looking at the book, this isn't flat. There's a 0.2 of a millimetre difference. It dishes in the middle, and I couldn't find anybody to do that. So try and get it back on now. Right, correct me if I'm wrong. It's from the peak, this peak here. If I put that on there, that doesn't touch. I think it should. And I've freed all these off. And I've had to I had to butcher one spanner, and I've had to make another one because they're so tight in there to get in. And hopefully I can get those two spanners to pass each other with the amount of adjustment I need. I've been around that several times now, and I'm just getting the slightest rub on that raised point there. So I'll put it back together now. It's always a faff without the right tool, but I found a socket pretty much bang on. That fits the bush pretty well and almost fits the spline. So with a bit of luck, that won't be far off.